It is official for WWE SummerSlam on August the 3rd. Rhea Ripley will face Liv Morgan for the Women's Championship. It has been made official this past Monday on WWE Raw. So just who is going to walk out of SummerSlam as the champion? We're going to talk about that. But before we do, I do want to bring up a couple of little Easter eggs there, and I've seen it all over the internet, so this should come as no surprise if you've been on Twitter or X or whatever it's called. But there were a lot of callbacks to Eddie Guerrero and Chyna this past Monday on WWE Raw. Everything from Rhea Ripley's bra that she was wearing to the Eddie Guerrero Chyna whole lovers quarrel that was going on. If you remember, Eddie Guerrero had gotten caught with Godfather's Ladies of the Night, and I'm being very PG when I do that because I'm under a minute in this video. You get what I'm saying, though, and if you were a fan of the Attitude Era, or at least viewed the Attitude Era as I have, then you remember this very well. I guess this was sort of towards the end of the Attitude Era, but you get the point. Eddie Guerrero was trying to get Chyna back with the flowers and everything like that, and it was very similar to what Dominic Mysterio was doing with Rhea Ripley this past Monday on WWE Raw. So a lot of throwbacks, a lot of Easter eggs there for you, and it's pretty plainly obvious that Dominic Mysterio is trying to be like Eddie Guerrero. The thing about that, though, which is going to be interesting, is after this is all said and done, are we going to see the crowd start to cheer Dominic Mysterio, and is Dominic Mysterio ready to be cheered? And now I'm going to be honest, if you ask me, I don't think so. I think that it is something that is very rare nowadays in professional wrestling, which is to have a guy that is so loved by the fans, or let me rephrase that is so hated by the fans, they love to hate him. They don't want to cheer him. They love booing him and booing him loudly and not giving him a chance to speak. And because of that, I don't know if Dominic Mysterio has that Eddie Guerrero fire that he would need to be a really good face. Now, I'm not going to discredit the guys that are behind the scenes that are helping Dominic to improve on the mic, in the ring, etc., etc. I'm a big fan of Rey Mysterio Jr. I'm a big fan of Conan. I'm a big fan of Disco Inferno, even to, a lot of my detriment, because I know a lot of people don't like Disco Inferno. But I'm a big fan of Disco Inferno as well. And all three of those guys, and I'm sure more, are behind Dominic Mysterio, helping him improve daily. And for a while, I thought Disco Inferno would have been a great babyface in WCW towards the late 90s when he was using the Chartbuster. And he was actually getting a pretty good reaction there for a while. If you go back and check the tape out, he was getting over. And I just don't think Eric Bischoff knew what to do with him, to be honest. And Conan goes without saying, his lineage, his legacy. And Rey Mysterio Jr., obviously one of the best baby faces in professional wrestling history. Almost could have never been hated. And they tried to do it in WCW towards the end there. I just didn't buy it, and I don't think a lot of fans did too. He is a forever babyface. So with all of those guys behind the scenes helping Dominic Mysterio out, I do think that he could be pretty good as the face. I just don't think he's gotten enough reps on the mic, and I don't know if he's ready to fully embrace that role. So I think that for the best interest of his character and his growth, then he should stay a heel, at least for now. But it'd be very interesting, because if he does end up with Rhea Ripley towards the end and at the end of this storyline, it's going to be hard not to cheer him. And I hate to say that, but this is the way that they're building towards it. They're building towards this. It's like looking at the way the story is going to play out. If it's going to be Dom and Rhea living happily ever after, going back to back against some of the foes, like a Liv Morgan that's being paired up with a Finn Balor, for instance, then it's going to be hard not to cheer the guy, I must say. But I guess the question is, who is going to walk out of SummerSlam as the women's champion? Is it going to be Liv Morgan? Is it going to be Rhea Ripley? Looking at the story objectively, I must say that it looks like Liv Morgan is going to sneak out as the women's champion, because Rhea Ripley does not need the belt. The title. I'm sorry, dude. The title. She does not need the title. She does not need the championship. She is coming off of a shoulder injury. We have all been established with the story. It's all about the chase. As long as she's chasing Liv Morgan, we're going to be behind her, and we're going to increase our love for Rhea Ripley and want to see her win even more. So Liv Morgan can be elusive and she can sneak in and out, and I think there's a lot of money in that, because if Rhea Ripley goes in, destroys Liv Morgan, walks out with Dominik in the championship, that's the end of the story, folks. Roll the credits. Scene. That's it. There's nothing more that you can do after that. But if Liv Morgan gets a roll up, pulls the tights, has her feet on the ropes, does something kind of nefarious there, then we now have more to this story. And now we have Bad Blood coming up. We have Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and then SummerSlam, or WrestleMania rather, is right around the corner. So I do believe that you can get a lot more juice for the squeeze if you give Liv Morgan the win. And it would even be better if Dominik tried to help Rhea and did the slip on the banana peel, the banana in the tailpipe trick, and actually cost Rhea Ripley the match. That makes it even more of a juicier story going forward, because now Dom is now trying to not only get Rhea Ripley back, but also prove that he is not doing those things on purpose and that was actually an accident. And Dominik's whole arc is he's a walking accident. He just fucks up, like he can't help it. This is just what he does. And so it will only further the point, like it's not, is that who he is, or is he actually doing that because he is actually in love with Liv or working with Liv secretly? So I think that's the natural story arc that I see going forward, going into SummerSlam. But hey, that's just me. That's what I'm seeing. What do you guys see? Are you thinking that Rhea Ripley is going to actually win the Women's Championship at Survivor Series? Or do you think Liv Morgan's going to sneak away with the win with or without help from Dominic Mysterio? You guys let me know in the comments. Thumbs up on the way out. Just wanted to let you know, I do also have a Patreon. That link is in the description below. And it is free for now. And there is a video up there. It's the debut episode of the promo portal. It's a video where I basically discuss wrestling promos that I've loved throughout the years, the history behind it, where I was at when I first watched it, and you get a chance to see the promo so that you can see what I see and why I like these things. Because one of the reasons why I like professional wrestling is when the wrestlers give us a little bit of who they are and their passion in a wrestling promo. So it's all about the wrestling promo. I got a couple of them up. This time I'm talking, it's kind of an ECW theme, but then I throw in a wild card there as well, which it kind of flows. It flows in an interesting way. But you guys let me know what you think. Check it out. You can go ahead and comment on it. Comment on here. Thumbs up on the way out. And guys, as always, try and stay united, and I'll talk to you real soon. See you guys.